Welcome back, everyone. Let us look at the third concept of our lesson, which whereby now we are going to arrange or sort data. Right, now data can be arranged as categorical data or numerical. It means it can be arranged in two ways between those two. And now the categorical data is explained as it describes something. Example, it could be color, texture, or weights. Remember when we talked of the new terminology that you must remember, we've said that categorically it can be observed. So now when you look at the color, now you are observing, or when you are checking the texture or you are checking weight. So now categorical data cannot be measured, it can only be observed, and it describes something. Numerical data are the numerical values are used, whereby now the numerical data can be observed. It can be measured. Now, under numerical data, we are looking at two types of data, from there of which it's the discrete data. Discrete data will consist of whole numbers, and it can be taken through counting. It means now when you are dealing with a data that has whole numbers and you can count the given data, then it is said to be discrete. Then secondly, continuous data. It consists of decimal numbers and it can be taken through measurement. Now when you deal with continuous data, you will have decimals on your data given. It will be a decimal and it can be measured. Now we can look at the height. Height can be measured, so it can be classified as a continuous data. Data collected can be grouped using intervals in frequency and tally tables. Now let us look at the second part of arranging data or sorting. In a survey, 20 learners were asked how many hours they spent practicing mathematical literacy in a week. Their responses are given below. The data given is numerical. Why is it numerical? Because we are given the number of hours. So number of hours, obviously numbers, it could be 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. So that is why it is said to be numerical data, and it is discrete because it consists of whole numbers, meaning the number of hours that are given to us are whole numbers. They are given as in 2 hours, 3 or 4. Data can be collected through questionnaires and interview, meaning the learners can also be interviewed as to how many hours they are spending practicing mathematical literacy in a week, and they can also be given questionnaires whereby they'll be answering questions using the provided options on the questionnaire. Now let us look at this example. We are given the number of hours as whole numbers, and we are given intervals. So intervals, it's whereby now it starts from 1 to 5, 5 to 10, and 11 to 15 hours. So it's a sliding scale because it starts and ends somewhere, Then we have a column for a tally as well as a frequency. Now remember, we have said as you go through your data, you can scratch out the result and record it as tally to minimize making mistakes, so that all the results will be represented on the table. Now let us look at the number of hours that learners spent between 1 and 5 hours. So the first result, we have 5 hours, so we are going to take it and record it down. Then we have 4, we record it down. We have 2, that makes it a 3 on our table. Then 5 hours, we have 4. Then we go through, we have 4 hours, then that makes it 5 on our table. Then we have 3 hours, so here it will be 6. So we have 5 hours, it makes it 7. Then we go through again, we have 5 hours, and then that's 3. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8. So for our frequency, we are going to record an 8 as a number. Then we move along to the next interval where it says now 6 to 10 hours. So the second result here that we are finding is 10 hours. So we scratch it out, we record it down here. Then we have 7 hours on our table, it makes it 2. We have 10 hours, it makes it 3. We have 7, it makes it 4 on our table. Then we have 7 again, it makes it a 5. We have 6 hours, we have 6 here, 6 hours, 7. And we have 8 hours, that makes it 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we have 6 hours, 9. Then we have 9 hours, 10. Then lastly, 9 hours, that's 1. So we have 5, 10, 11. So frequency, we are going to record 11 as a number. Then last interval would be the learners who spend more hours, between 11 and 15 hours. So now when we check on our table, we have already recorded all the number of hours given to we are left with 1. So we have 1. So we have 1, which is 12 hours. So that's where you're going to put it. So this is 1 stroke, and we record 1 this side as a number. So that will give us a total of 20. So it means the number of learners who participated on this survey or research, they were 20. So when we add our frequency, it gives us a total number of 20. Right, so that was it for today's lesson. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you again next time.